The Guam Department of Public Health and Social Services Breastfeeding Action Team will be celebrating World Breastfeeding Week 2021 from August 1st to August 7th. This year's theme is Protect Breastfeeding, a shared responsibility. Every day we will have some special advocates and professionals talk about, well, anything breastfeeding. Today, I will be talking about 5 common misconceptions about breastfeeding. Happy World Breastfeeding Week, and here is your last video for the week.
Buenas and Hafide, my name is Ednalyna Martin, and I am a childbirth educator, an international board certified lactation consultant, or IBCLC, and I also teach hypnobirthing. I am so passionate about just advocating for women and their families in pregnancy, birth, postpartum, and most especially in breastfeeding. And I've come across so many powerful and empowered women that just help keep me going. And so today I actually wanted to talk to you about 5 misconceptions that I commonly hear when working with mothers and families. So the first one is that milk comes in a couple of days. That is actually a false statement. Let's go backwards. At around 16 weeks, your body already starts to begin making milk. The first type of milk that comes in as soon as possible is called colostrum, also known as liquid gold. Colostrum is so rich in so many microbiomes, just helps boost immunity, helps protect your baby's gut, and so much more. And by day 2 or 3, you get something called transitional milk. This is when you start to see your milk getting white, the color white or translucent white. And I think that's where the misconception is because once we start breastfeeding our babies a few hours after birth, we assume that visually we need to see the white stuff because that's how we associate milk. Thereafter, you have transitional milk, which could be any color from like light yellow to dark yellow to translucent white to even white, right? It depends on your body type and it's different for everybody. At about 2 weeks and then beyond, you get what's called mature milk. So by this time is usually when your body is already used to exactly what it needs to make specifically for your baby. And that's the beauty of breast milk too. Your body creates the exact amount of nutrients and vitamins and things and good stuff that is made just for your baby. The second one is not making enough milk. And I get it. I have been there. Even when I was nursing my littlest one, I started to get the question, am I making enough milk for her? Because of the constant nursing and staying up late, and emotions just take a toll. So if you feel like you're not making enough milk, again, it's so important to reach out to other mothers who have breastfed their baby, and especially to reach out to a lactation professional. And we can figure out ways in which we can help increase your supply, or maybe you are making enough milk and we need to just learn how to observe our baby to understand that they are pretty satisfied with that specific feeding. And so one of the other misconceptions, so I'm going to number 3, is that cluster feeding equals there's something wrong. And again, that's another myth. And that's one of the reasons why women, mothers, start to feel like they're not enough is because babies begin to cluster feed. And I want you to understand that cluster feeding is so normal. Cluster feeding happens mostly in the evening time. And usually this is the time we're very tired. Yes. So cluster feeding is normal. It's totally fine. Your baby could be signaling your body to make a little bit more milk because your baby is growing. It could be that your baby is in need of a little bit more nutrients because of the weather. Maybe your baby is a little bit more thirsty because of the weather too. So there could be many instances as to that. Obviously, if you're worried, as usual, reach out to a lactation professional, your Facebook groups like Guam Mamas. The 4th misconception is breast size. A lot of women think that because their breasts are a little bit too small that they won't make enough milk for their baby, and that is false. In pregnancy, your breast tissues begin to grow And that actually accommodates for the milk making process, and then it starts to grow as well during your breastfeeding journey. And when your body starts to get used to exactly what to make for your baby, then it may go down in size, but that also doesn't mean anything. It's because your body has already been acquainted with what it's supposed to be making. So no, size doesn't matter. The most common capacity in breast milk or in the breast for milk making is around 2 or 3 ounces. While yes, we see all over the internet that women could be pumping a little bit more than that, again, it depends on your breast size, your body, and how often you are pumping and feeding your baby. Breastfeeding is painful. Breastfeeding could cause some soreness and some uncomfort, but it should not be painful to the point where you're curling your toes, you're crying, you're clenching on something. So in that sense, that means that a position needs to be fixed, or some little tweaking, minor tweaking most of the time when we see moms, needs to be done in baby's latch. While breastfeeding is instinctive for babies, we as mothers also need to learn how to calmly and properly allow babies to feed comfortably. But the comfort doesn't only go for babies. We need to be comfortable as well, so that all of our hormones and this whole breastfeeding bonding is more of a positive one. So as soon as you feel that breastfeeding is a little bit painful, it doesn't hurt to reach out for help, and it's also not a problem for you to reach out for help. So any type of issues that arise during your breastfeeding journey, just know that you have a wealth of resources here on the island of Guam. As you can see, in the past several days, we have great people, great support, and a great community who support and protect and have this shared responsibility for breastfeeding. Si Duas Maasi for watching. Happy World Breastfeeding Week. We as a breastfeeding action team will continue to celebrate Breastfeeding Month. Please like and subscribe so that you can be up to date for our upcoming videos, activities, events, and so forth. Have a great day.